Ohio manufacturing leaders are sounding the alarm over federal funding cuts. They say it's putting more than 100 jobs at risk and jeopardizing support for 14,000 state manufacturers.
The Manufacturing Advocacy and Growth Network supports small and medium-sized manufacturers. Leaders say this suspension of funds will be devastating to their work.
News 5's Nadine Abasado joins us live this morning outside of the Magnet facility in Cleveland with more. And Nadine, do we know why the money was cut?
John, that is the multi-million-dollar question when talking about this. The only reasoning they were given is that there is an audit being done by the Department of Commerce, but they haven't seen the report or given details about what's in it. But let's talk a bigger picture. When it comes to manufacturing, Ohio is third in the nation, with Magnet reiterating that if that money is not restored, the consequences will be very serious. When it comes to manufacturing products, staffing and growth, the Manufacturing Advocacy and Growth Network, also known as Magnet, has been championing just that for 40 years.
We help the small and medium manufacturers grow, get new technologies, figure out their next new products.
But now that work is in jeopardy. Ethan Karp, president of Magnet, says last Friday they were told $5.9 million in federal and state funding would be halted.
It's incredibly detrimental to the work that we do. $5.9 million you do not replace with any other source immediately.
When they asked why,
there is an audit that will come out in some number of months, and that there are findings there that require suspension.
State officials say they are also in the dark.
All we know at this point that I can share is that there is some investigation going on through the Commerce Department in Washington by their Inspector General about some aspect of this program around the state.
While the explanation is unclear, the impact isn't. Karp expects layoffs and possible facility closures.
So within weeks, there will be 40 jobs at Magnet, another 50 we estimate across the state.
Companies that partner with Magnet say they'll feel it too.
I'll be quite honest, I was really ticked off.
Jack Shawn is the president of Juergens, who builds products for various industries. They test those products at Magnet and get staff through the program.
We probably will have to ship it someplace else. It's going to slow the whole process down.
Alloy Precision Technology says they'll also be affected.
Alloy makes custom engineered products, which are called industrial bellows.
They work with Magnet to develop new concepts and manufacturing methods.
We wouldn't do as much because we don't know yet who else in this area has the expertise, or do we have to go out of state, moving those jobs elsewhere.
Karp says they'll keep operating as long as they can, but this isn't how oversight is supposed to work.
Oversight is supposed to give you time to understand it, findings, learn from them, rebut them if you need to, and ultimately make changes, which we are happy to do. We can do none of that if there is no report and no information.
Now, when I did speak to Representative Serino, they say the state is working to find any way they can provide some sort of relief as they wait for that report to come out. Now, Magnet reiterates, when we talk about this funding and whether or not it's going to be restored, if it's not, you're talking about millions of dollars on top of long-term, thousands of jobs. Tiffany, John, now, John, you are an expert when it comes to the federal government, and you know the timeline with these type of things is really unclear.
They move at their own speed for sure.
What a blow to this program and this industry.